Hello everyone, this is Lalita ma'am and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the part 3 of chapter Nutrition in Animals of class 7th Science. So in the previous two parts, we have already discussed about nutrition in amoeba and the general process of nutrition in animals. Okay, so in today's video, we will specifically study about how nutrition process takes place in human beings. So why to delay? Let's explore today's topic. Now, nutrition in human, it is not similar or as simple as nutrition in amoeba, because amoeba is unicellular organism, so only one cell performs all the functions. Okay, but here in case of nutrition in animals or nutrition in human beings, it is a very complex process because there are different organs that together form the digestive system, and these different organs they play different roles in the process of nutrition in human being. In human beings, the food that is taken in, it is passed through different parts or different organs. Now, the different organs that are involved in the process of nutrition in humans, they are alimentary canal, digestive tract, gallbladder, pancreas and liver. Okay, so let us explore the role of these organs one by one. Now, what is digestive tract? This digestive tract is nothing but a long tube that starts from the mouth. So the long tube that starts from the mouth and it goes till anus. Now what is anus? The part from where the food is being, the unwanted or the undigested food is removed from our body. So the digestive tract, it starts from the mouth till anus. And what is it? It is a long tube, okay, which starts from mouth to anus. Then the food is digested. How the food is digested? Yeah, you might be wondering how the food which is taken in by our body, how this food gets digested. Now this food gets digested by the digestive juices that are secreted by various glands of the digestive system. Our digestive system, it secretes various like digestive juices, or we can say these are the chemical substances. So the glands, they release some chemical substances or chemicals, and these chemicals are digestive juices. Now what is gland then? Gland is nothing but an organ which releases some chemical substances in the body. Like if we talk about salivary glands, these salivary glands that are present in our mouth, they secrete saliva. This saliva is a chemical substance. Now this saliva also plays an important role in digestion of the food. Now, the first process of digestion in humans, it involves ingestion. As in the previous videos, we have already discussed what is ingestion. Ingestion is the process of taking in of food. The process by which food is taken in by our body, that process is known as ingestion. Okay. Now, when the food is ingested, like if you talk about birds or different animals, some have teeth, some do not have teeth. But we human beings have different types of teeth. And these different types of teeth, they have different function to perform. Suppose for cracking, for tearing, for grinding. So molars, incisors, premolars, like that, there are different types of teeth that perform different types of function. Okay, so these teeth, they play an important role in the process of ingestion. So ingestion is the process of taking in of food. So now the next process after ingestion, once the food goes into your body, it is taken in, the next process will be, yes, digestion. Now many of us think that digestion starts in the stomach. But actually digestion do not start in stomach, it starts in the mouth itself. Once the food is broken down into smaller pieces by our teeth, it mixes with the saliva present in our mouth. Okay, so this saliva starts digesting the food in the mouth itself. So the process of digestion starts in the mouth itself. And then this saliva, what is the function of saliva? Saliva mixes with the food, broken food, and then it makes the food slippery or slimy so that it is swallowed easily. And once you swallow it, it has to pass through this tract or esophagus, or we also call it as food pipe. So once the food is taken in, it is broken down and mixes with saliva. It has to be pushed inside this esophagus or food pipe, and then this food pipe, how it moves the food more down or towards the stomach? It contracts and relaxes. Contraction will push the food down. So the process of contraction and relaxation, they create a wave-like movement. So the food, it creates a wave-like movement, and through this wave-like movement, the food goes inside the stomach, and this sac-like structure is known as stomach. Okay. Now what happens after this? Now initially when the food was in the mouth, then saliva was secreted by the salivary glands. Now again stomach, it also secretes some digestive juices, and which is known as mucus. Now what is mucus? Mucus is a slippery fluid. Okay, it is a fluid which makes the food slippery, and it is produced or present in the lining tissues in the body. Okay, now this digestive juice helps in the further breakdown of food or proteins. It takes place with the help of this digestive juices. Then next, the hydrochloric acid, which is secreted or which is present in the stomach, that acidic nature kills the microorganisms, and then they provide the sufficient environment for digestion. So the hydrochloric acid, they create the acidic nature, and as we know, the microorganisms, for microorganisms, acidic nature is not favorable. It is an unfavorable condition. That is why for some harmful microorganisms, now these microorganisms get killed by this hydrochloric acid, which is secreted in the stomach. Now this semi-digested food which is present in the stomach, that is known as chyme. This chyme is the partially digested food, and this chyme passes into the small intestine. Then further digestion of the food takes place in the small intestine. Now in the small intestine, liver and pancreas, they play a major role. Now this liver and pancreas, they produce or they secrete digestive juices. Now the juice secreted by, or the chemical substance secreted by liver is known as bile juice, and this bile juice, it helps in the digestion of fats. Initially the proteins were digested, then now fats are digested with the help of bile juice, and this bile juice, it is stored in the gallbladder. Now then what does pancreas do? Pancreas secrete pancreatic juice, and this pancreatic juice breaks carbohydrates into sugar and then proteins into amino acids, and fat into fatty acids and glycerol. So the function of pancreatic juice is to simply break down the food into different substances, like carbohydrates are broken or converted into sugar, then proteins into amino acids, and then fats are converted into fatty acids and glycerol. Now what is glycerol? Glycerol is a colorless, odorless liquid which is sweet in taste. Okay, so after all this, now next what happens, let us see. Now after the process of digestion, definitely after ingestion, digestion, then after digestion, once the food is digested, so all the important or the essential nutrients, they need to be absorbed. So the next important process of nutrition in humans is absorption. Now what is absorption? Once the food which is digested in the small intestine, then their absorption of food takes place. Now the lining of the small intestine, they have a finger-like projection. The lining of the intestine's lining has villi. This villi, these are the finger-like projection. Now what does this villi do? they increase the surface area of the lining, and this villi, this finger-like projection or hair-like projections, they help in the absorption of nutrients. Okay, it makes the absorption more effective. Then each villi has a network of fine blood cells. Every villi will have very fine blood cells. Now these nutrients are absorbed by these blood cells, and then it is carried through blood to the heart and different organs. Okay, now this chyme passes into the large intestine. Now once the nutrients are absorbed, then again that semi-digested food, where will it go? After absorption of nutrients, these semi-digested food, it will pass to the large intestine, and this large intestine, it will absorb the water and minerals over there. Okay, then after that, let us see what happens after that. Now this is the image. In this image you can observe the villi, how in small intestine the villi are there, the finger like projections that you can see, the zoomed image of villi. In that you can observe the blood vessels which are present, and these blood vessels, they absorb the nutrients and these carry the nutrients to the different part. Now this is the basic structure how digestion takes place. After the small intestine, the food passes, or the undigested food, it passes to the large intestine. Okay, now in the next process we call it as assimilation. Now this assimilation is once the nutrients are absorbed. Fine, first initially food is taken in, then that taken in food is broken down into simpler substances during the process of digestion, and then after that nutrients that are important, they are absorbed and transported to the, now they are absorbed by the blood vessels. Now after the blood absorption of food, assimilation is the next process. Now the nutrients that are absorbed by the blood, as I already told you previously, they are transported to the different parts. So this transportation of the absorbed nutrients to different parts is known as assimilation. Means to distribute the nutrients to different parts based on their necessity. Then in this, glucose is broken down into carbon dioxide and water in the cells, and this breakdown releases energy. Now amino acids, for what purpose these amino acids are used? These amino acids, they are used to repair the worn out cells and tissues. Then this fatty acids and glycerol, these act as energy reserves, and then these are stored for future use. When you require, when your body requires energy, then you can use this energy produced by fatty acids. Now the last process, after all the nutrients are absorbed and then they are being transported to different parts, now the food, undigested food that remains, that is not required by our body. So this undigested food which is present in our body, it has to be removed from your body. So this process of removal of undigested food from our body, that is known as egestion. So egestion is the process of removal of undigested food from the body. Okay, so let us quickly summarize the different process of nutrition in human beings. First process is ingestion, the process by which food is taken in. Then the next, this ingestion, during the process of ingestion, teeth play a major role. They help in breaking of food. Then next is digestion. So the food that is broken down in the mouth with the help of teeth, it mixes with the saliva which is secreted by salivary glands, and this saliva, the juice, it helps in pushing or makes the food slippery so that it is pushed to the food pipe, and then from the food pipe contraction and relaxation takes place, with the help of which the food is transferred to the stomach, which is a muscular sac-like organ. Then in the stomach the digestion takes place with the help of digestive juices, and then different nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine with the help of villi, finger-like projections, and then the absorbed nutrients by the blood vessels which are present in villi those need to be transported to different parts, and once this process of transportation is known as assimilation, and once this assimilation process takes place, after that the food is to be like undigested food need to be removed from the body, and this process of removal of undigested food from the body, this process is known as egestion. So I hope this topic nutrition in human beings is clear to you. If you have liked the video, then do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to share it and comment in the comment section how did you like the video. Okay, until then, bye bye.